Hi Virgo, welcome to your October tarot reading. Today I have some amazing tarot decks to share with you. We have the Bohemian Gothic Tarot deck to get us in the mood for spooky season, and along with the 78 Tarot Halloween deck. And also we'll be pulling a couple of oracle cards to help us get started. And I just wanted to let you know, dear Virgo, if this reading doesn't resonate for you, you'll be able to tell pretty quickly. And if you still would like to experience a reading from these decks, go ahead and check out your sun, moon, and rising sign so that you can get all the good feels today and get a powerful tarot reading. All right, so Virgo, let's see what our flower oracle petal deck wants to start with today. So we have Peony. Prosperity can be assured if you care well for tomorrow. So a message of abundance there. And then one more, forget me not. Always remain true to your intentions. So perhaps there's a message here about staying the course. Oftentimes our inner child or our inner princess of cups wants to go and just play and do what everyone's doing, and we forget what our initial plans were, what we initially wanted for ourselves. So perhaps this is a message about staying true to your course and not getting distracted in life, and just remaining true to yourself. Perhaps even creating affirmations that you can look at in a place every day to help remind you why you're inspired to attain what you're going for right now. And always remain true to your intentions, dear Virgo. Your sign is about balance, so I feel that you're more sensitive to that than most, perhaps. But yeah, let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards. I would like to do the past, what has created the launching pad for where you are now, and then move into a row of present and then near future. So let's see what's coming up for Virgo today. Yes. All right. So we have the Seven of Cups. So a time to make a choice. And this has been probably in the near past. So at this point, you've probably made your decision, but we'll look into it more. You have the Sun. So a beautiful card of joy. They say this is the happiest card in the tarot deck. So just showing like great excitement and joy for this journey that you're on. And then we have the Four of Wands. And there's that celebratory energy coming through. All the creatures are getting together to bring in the harvest and acknowledge each other's achievements, and really taking the time to play and have fun with those that you love in life. And we'll go deeper into the cards as we go, and then where you are presently, the Moon. So we have this really cool looking mermaid or siren with the full moon behind her. So a lot of water energy. Perhaps when you're watching this, it's about around the full moon for you. Then you have the Nine of Cups. So achievements within the self. And then we also have the Emperor. So yeah, balancing the kingdom, balancing one's life. And then in the future, we have Justice. I don't know about those choices. You have like too much candy or a rotten apple. Maybe that's just because I'm trying not to eat a bunch of candy right now. But yeah, so cool looking card, Justice. The energy of coming to a truth and balancing your life. And I love that this came up for you, Virgo. I know the Hermit is one of your power cards, but perhaps Justice is as well. And then you also have the Magician for what's coming into your near future. And you have the Two of Pentacles. All right, so this is why I chose this deck. It's such a beautiful, whimsical Halloween deck. And it really is powerful. Like I can feel each card and the traditional Rider-Waite tarot coming through, these new art images. It's just so beautiful. So let's go ahead and start with this first row. Like, what's your launching pad to where you are now? So what has happened in your past to have you really come into more awareness of the present moment? Ooh, and I need to light a candle. Like that. Yeah, I don't mind taking the time to do little things to build the energy for you, dear Virgo, because I do feel that I'm tapping into the collective, and we want to really invite in your guides and any help we can get. And so the candle to me is symbolic of doing so. All right. The Seven of Cups usually comes up when we've come. Here, I'll even hold it up, little froggy with all his beautiful vials, potions, perhaps, since this is a Halloween deck. Perhaps he's about to create magic and he's deciding which spell he wants to do or which charm he wants to create. But having a plethora of choices, and because you have so much abundance of choice in the past, it was probably like a huge moment for you to come into like what your true goals are. And I think that aligns really well with this forget me not card. Always remain true to your intentions. So I feel like for you today, this reading is a reminder to remember what you put out into the universe through your willpower, through your heart's yearning, and that recognize that perhaps right now is the time that that energy is finally coming home to you. But for you to fully receive it is to understand what you have created and what you willed into being. So, really beautiful energy. And also, too, that it was all because of your willingness to find the pure joy and the ability to fully live in this lifetime. I think the sun is like the happiest card in the tarot deck. And oftentimes tarot readers will say, "Oh, wish granted, you have the sun, it's coming true. Like, congratulations." Like, you really have come into a beautiful place. And it was a huge moment for you in the past. So just remembering what that felt like to inspire where you are now. And I do feel that if it was like a graduation or you were able to finally get done with school or some big achievement, you had a celebration and people celebrated you. You had a coming together to help you move into that next stage of your life. And perhaps that's coming in because it's good to always connect with those that we love. So remembering the ones that have held your hand or supported you on your path and that they're still there for you. I feel and if that's not even your ancestors, it could be like your spirit family or your soul family here on the planet as well. So really beautiful, positive tarot reading. Take a sip of matcha. I feel so good about this. I'm not ready to pull clarification cards yet, but this is here for clarification when we need it. Okay, Virgo, and then now we're going into where you are today or what you're feeling today. And I like that we can kind of have fun with each individual deck and know that the energy not only moves up this way and across this way, but it's also a crisscross. So you can do a lot with this spread, past, present, future, for those of you who are interested. The moon is in an interesting position because it's kind of in the beginning. I read from right to left. And it's also over the Seven of Cups. And there's a reminder here of trying to remain true to your original dreams and not compromising, not letting go or sacrificing what's truly important to you. And I feel that for whatever reason for you, Virgo, you still have yet to fully understand what that is for you. What is it that you really truly want? And sometimes the universe can't give us what we want if we're not clear. So I see that in the past, perhaps like, that has been one of your things. Like you just have so much on your plate. It's always a challenge for you. Perhaps you're a very creative person. or a very brilliant person, perhaps it's always been a challenge because of that to stay focused because you have so much going on all the time. And so I feel like the moon energy is here kind of showing me that you have yet to fully understand what it is that you want. And it shows up as a mystery energy. And I always read the cards differently in each reading, but today it's definitely like the mystery of what your dream is. You know, we walk the path of dreams in this life, and it's all up to our choices what we receive. So be very mindful of your choices, and sometimes even your small choices can greatly impact what comes to fruition. So just remember how powerful you are to help you to stay focused. Yeah. And then you also have the Nine of Cups. There's something here about you achieving something that took a long time or something that you've put a lot of work in. And now you're in a place of fully receiving that abundance of the achievement. And so just a nice here, like kudos to you, Virgo, for doing the hard work, putting in the time, the hours to arrive at this really prosperous place. And so that could be with your art, it could be with your work, it could be with the relationship. However, this reading resonates with you, just follow your instinct and your intuition, and hopefully it lands beautifully for you. But yes, the Nine of Cups is a really good affirmation that you arrived here because of who you are. Nobody handed it to you. Nobody like gave it to you. You achieved this on your own. And to acknowledge your power and your strength, dear Virgo. It's amazing. And it's supported by the Emperor. I like how this emperor is a vampire emperor sitting on his throne. Kind of gives me David Bowie vibes from the Labyrinth movie with the crystal ball in his hand. And I don't know if you can see it very well. He's got a window behind him with the full moon coming through. So, again, perhaps there's a moon right now when you're watching this, and just feeling that energy of the night and that inspiration that you get in those more restful, dark periods. I find it quite enchanting, the nighttime and the stars in the sky. But yeah, this emperor, he is supporting the Nine of Cups and the moon. So he's the one who's going to bring clarity to this mystery. And the way he does that is by seeing the truth as it is. He's someone who goes by logic and justice, and not by so much emotions, but more by what the truth is and like what is realistic, like being grounded, and then having the knowledge, having the power to act. So it's not only like discerning, but it's also about finding the strength within to act, becoming that leader. The Emperor is like the best leader card. So perhaps this energy that's fully arriving in your life is you stepping into this leadership role. You no longer have to answer to someone else. It's up to you to make that decision. And so it's very empowering. Even if you do have like someone who in an employee role is like your manager or your boss, it's there's a message here that you still are the one that holds the cards here by you saying what your needs are, speaking your truth, and playing that leadership role. So take it how it resonates. And I think I'll go ahead and pull some clarification cards, because that was kind of yeah, it's like the mystery and then finding out like what wants to be revealed. Let's see what else can come through with these clarification cards. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups. And I love that she's right next to the moon, going from right to left. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So yes, it's time to take action. I feel like the Knight of Wands always shows up when it's time to act. He's very fiery and passionate about what he believes in and what he's doing, and he doesn't stall. He just acts. He's a person who doesn't talk. He's more of a person of action. So, or what's the saying? Like, don't just talk about it. You actually have to do it. Like, Yeah, something along those lines. But yeah, the energy is about moving into your strength as a leader in this role that you are in right now, and how to fully realize your full vision in what you want to accomplish. And then there's a message here too about intuition and gifts. So, next to the moon, the Queen of Cups is telling me that you're somebody who is very empathic, perhaps psychic, perhaps gifted in certain ways. Maybe you're an artist or a poet or a musician or a writer, someone who goes deep into feelings and emotions with what they do. And perhaps this is even like something you want to do for yourself outside of your work, or it's time for you to do what your passion project is. So the Queen of Cups is here to let you know that you have all the insight through your intuition and through your ability to see clearly. Oftentimes healers were called seers because they could see like the illness, or they could see the steps that needed to be taken, or like the hidden secrets. The Queen of Cups is really powerful that way. She has a great depth of knowledge that you can tap into. And then coupled with the moon card, using your power of manifestation through, if it's prayer or a form of magic, a form of shamanism, or just like affirmations. There's something here about you tapping into your power, and that it's like being part of a matrix or a whole, where if you're really enacting something that's a deep truth to you, it goes out into the field of awareness, and it's like a ripple that affects reality. So again, just showing you that you have probably more power than you realize to attain your goals in this life. So yeah, this is an amazing middle line of present moment energy. And then it's time to act, my friend. You're there. You've arrived. And then now we're going to move to the top row, which is, I just want to say again, I love this deck. It's so beautiful. I love Halloween stuff, and I love like anything like whimsical. So this is right up my alley. But this is all about the near future, where all of this energy is going. And it looks like your sign is showing up in this Justice card, dear Virgo. So you can see the electricity coming off the hand. It's like the power of the choice. But justice is more about where you've been is where you arrive. So it's a reminder that you have the power to walk the path in your life that is your path. And it's all about action and then reaction. So what you choose today is what you will experience tomorrow. And that's how I see the Justice card for you. It's just a nice reminder that you have the power to direct your life and to direct your energy in a way that you can fully move into your full expression. So, whatever that is for you, but it's something very inspiring because you have the Magician. And I always see, when I see the word magician, I see inspired or inspiration, probably because of another deck I have by Baba Studios. But the Magician is a powerful card of being able to enact your true will into this reality and to manifest your dreams. And the Magician does that because they have the knowledge, the awareness, and the tools to do so. And oftentimes you'll see the Magician pointing up to the sky with one hand and then the other hand pointing down to the earth. That is symbolic of taking in that oneness, the matrix, like taking in like the whole picture to create what you want in this reality. So sorry to get a little bit out there with that explanation, but what I'm trying to say is that we, each one of us, has the ability to connect into something much more powerful than the singular self. And oftentimes I've noticed that's how these readings work. People always say, oh my gosh, that was so accurate. How is that possible? And I'll always say it's because it's part of the matrix. We're tapping into the oneness. And so you have the ability to do that too. And it's greatly inspirational to others and to yourself. So understanding again your power, dear Virgo. I'm really inspired by your reading today. Thank you for watching this video because I am tapping into you and it's helping me to learn as well. Then you have the Two of Pentacles. So it's really interesting, Virgo, because your sign is about balance and you have the two cards in the tarot deck that signify balance. You have the Justice card and the Two of Pentacles. So for this one, it's more practical because it's earthy energy. So it's about like everyday things like balancing the bills, balancing your diet, balancing your health, your physical body, your mental health, balancing all of the things that, all the responsibilities that you take on with the time that you rest. Being able to balance all these things in life. And it's showing that in the near future, you're like at a master level of it, or you're really arriving at a place where you're really coming into this balance in your life. So it's like extremely empowering reading, Virgo. I love this for you. Yeah, the last thing I want to say before I let you go is just fully appreciate where you are right now with a lot of gratitude and just maybe write down all the things you're thankful for because I have a feeling that that's really going to light you up because you've really come into a place right now in your life that's very special. And if you could see yourself in the present moment, if your past self could see your present self, they would probably be amazed at where you have arrived, Virgo. So please take that in. I hope it resonates. And happy spooky season.